And welcome to week 2 of the French Revolution meets Pokemon trading cards. It's been quite a weekend. It was a close run thing as to whether we'd actually get these videos out, but I think we are just about going to make it. And I say these videos because after my third years, found out that the first years were getting these history meets trading card introductory sessions. They en masse demanded videos for themselves. I say en masse, there were maybe 2 polite requests, but for the most part, it was a mass appeal. So later on, there will be a second video where we will be dealing with European fascism and Pokemon trading cards. This channel could arguably not get weirder, but we aspire to that and we're going to keep on doing it. So today, what we are going to be doing, I mean, we're really prepared. We've got some Unified Minds packs, we've got some Rebel Clash packs, but what we're going to be doing today is going back to the Darkness Ablaze packs. This is the one that we started opening last week with the first years. We're going to continue with that pack and see if we can get some doubles for the prize pot for the student who produces the best first submission of the year. What are we looking at? I'm just going to be doing the 3 packs, by the way, today because we don't have time to do more because we've got to fit in the second video today later on. So we'll do what we can in this time. And if we get no major pulls, maybe we'll do a 4th pack, but we'll see how it goes. What are we looking at this week? Well, 2 things. We're going to be dealing with the formative period of French history going into the French Revolution. So we're dealing with what's sort of happening in the immediate period before the 1780s. So what were some of the circumstances that France was dealing with as we go into the period known as the French Revolution? Well, we're going to be looking at, there we go, starting off, we're going to be dealing with some economic considerations. Get the zoom, there we go, that's better. Ooh, red account, that's appropriate. An old fishy Pokemon. Where's it going to focus? Well, you get the gist. I think you can see me, you can just about see the cards. We're going to be looking at the economic circumstances. So why was France's economic situation so perilous? You know, was it all just down to the profligacy of the royal family? Well, that may have played its part, but we also had issues in relation to the grand cost of warfare, the implications of funding things like the American War of Independence. Always remember that France was a major player in that. But at the same time, we had some issues in relation to failed harvests. Now, failed harvests weren't that rare across Europe, but France in particular suffered from a succession of really bad harvests as we go into that point of the 1780s. What that leaves us with is a sort of a perfect storm of lots of people coming back from North America where there aren't necessarily any jobs to be had, and the price of food is going up and up and up, and nobody has, ooh, there we go, that's a nice shiny one. Not a rare, so we don't get the pop quiz based on that. The last card from this pack, oh, it's nothing terribly sad. Oh no, I've got my numbers wrong. There's one more behind. Oh, and it's the energy card. I've got it. I did the trick wrong. Okay, so that was a failure. So no additional readings from that one. So it was the perfect storm. Yeah, poor economic situations, lots of people flooding back, and perhaps the need for a scapegoat. But I suppose the thing with the royal family in France is it was a pretty well established part of the cultural landscape. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards we need to do. We've got this right. It should be energy starting. Energy, good. We're back on track. Now, what the reality was of the royals' responsibility for Kabul, for the economic situation, well, it was in part their responsibility, but not exclusively to do with that. France, as it very much is today, is a nation that relies on tradition. If we've been doing it one way for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years or so, well, why on earth would we change it? And there are a lot of attitudes about that in relation to taxation. Taxation was something that needed to change in France, and there was a lot of hostility towards the idea of doing that. So we had that factor as well, and we'll be looking at that in the session on Tuesday. But there were moves amongst some cultural groups in France to undermine the role of the authority, to stimulate what was seen as much needed change. And one of the figures that really gets the short end of the stick on that is Marie Antoinette. One of the things that we'll be dealing with in the second half of the session on Tuesday, cling towards the end of this pack, is the way in which character assassination happened. That's a nice one from Mr. Mime, but that's not a rare. No, that's just a... No? Does he have a star? Oh, no. Excellent. He does have a star. Couldn't quite make it out. So there's a star. So there's one Pokemon pop quiz that we'll be building into the session. Haven't decided what it'll be about yet, but we'll see what happens in the last card. Oh. That's different. That's full art. That's full art. Oh, it's Salamence! Oh, that's new. We don't have this one, and that is very special. Okay, it's only ultra rare. It's not secret rare. So again, I don't have to do any performances based on this, but that is beautiful. Fantastic. I'm going to zoom in on that. Lovely. Good. Progress. Salamence. Happy with that. Where were we? Character assassination. Yeah. So one of the things that Marie Antoinette really struggles with is the way in which she is sort of made the figure of blame and responsibility. We'll be talking about some of the reasons as to why this happens. Part of it is down to nationalism. This is an Austrian monarch, first and foremost. Austria is seen as a negative, interfering force, undermining the politics of France. Energy card, cool. What are some of the ways in which her character is assassinated? Well, this is where we start dealing with the pornography of the French Revolution, and there is a heck of a lot of it. Marie Antoinette is on the receiving end of a vast amount of salacious materials. There are accusations of her having sexual relations with major military figures, members of her own family, lesbian relationships within her close court, even some people suggesting that she has sexual relationships with her own children. So it's a pretty sordid set of stories. For the most part, very little of that can be grounded in reality. It's character assassination, and it's done through these pamphlets, which you could pick up in the cafes that we'll be talking more about in week 3. That's a nice one for Routlet. Shiny, but not rare. Last card. Oh, no. This is last. Oh, go on. What have we got here? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at you. Kentis Scorch or Center Scorch. Nobody knows how to pronounce this thing. Look at you. Wow. Oh. The first years, you giveth the great luck for card pulls. That's delightful. I'm so pleased. Okay, very cool. 2 new cards, 2 full art, 2 all shiny, 2 ultra rares. Very good. No secret rares though. No secret rares. I think 2 packs is probably enough. We'll leave it there in terms of the cards. But well done, guys. We did it. So this character assassination is something that we'll be looking at in a heck of a lot more detail. So yeah, the session on Tuesday, it will have pornographic material. It's pornographic by the standards of France in the 1780s and the 1790s. So, you know, it's not that bad, but it is graphic. And it's part of a concerted effort to make the royal family, in particular Marie Antoinette, look really, really bad. So these are some of the things we'll be looking at based on the cards we have got here. There will be, what are we looking at? We're looking at 1 pop quiz, and courtesy of these guys, you might not like this, but we will be doing 2 additional special readings for you guys. So look out for them. They'll be going online a little bit later on, maybe Sunday night, midday Monday, but extra readings coming in. Excellent. As I've already said, there's going to be another pack opening a little bit later on today. for the third years. I'm looking forward to that. If I don't see you before, see you Tuesday.